guys, this is going to be the reading for the energy report for everyone, so all signs. Hopefully this will resonate in some way, shape, or form, or help you see things that are not being seen at the moment. So I'm going to get into it here. I got the cards already shuffled and ready to go. So this is what happens when I do a reading. I have them all placed face down and we go card by card. So I'm starting again with the Isis deck because I do want to go deep into matters here and get to the root and lift them out if need be. So first I'll start with the glasses. Here we go. First card for everyone in the horoscope. We start with the Lunar Queen of the Celestial Crescent. Yeah, and guess what? That's the moon energy. I'm going to put her in the middle because I feel like this, everything revolves around this energy that the Queen has with her moon. The moon is things, illusions, things that are unseen. Again, behind our back. We may not even be focusing on them at this time. So there's a sense highly of this. Give me a moment. Yeah, we may be focusing on things we think matter at this time, but there will be things illuminated to us. Distractions included. There will be things illuminated to us in the background. You know, the main plan, right, is to see what matters clearly and precisely. And I feel like right now the universal energy does not support seeing that main plan. Either there's something that we need to focus on in order to clearly see that plan properly. Something blocking our sight, even if we did turn around at this point. Without this distraction, we would not see that which we need to really uncover clearly. So there's this sense of this step needed in order to go forward properly. Alrighty, so that is the Lunar Queen. So there's some illusions here that we need to get through, but the first steps first is what they said. So we got to go, first step is we got to clear some things that right in front of our face right now. And a lot of what this year is going to do is clear away all the garbage. So there may be some garbage you got to clear away here. Stuff not for your highest good, not for the benefit of, you know, where the universe wants you to be. This isn't going to help you. So this is going to be either coming forward in our face to be seen, or you know, really being illuminated quite highly. So, you know, yeah, it's to be seen. So the next card down the center, this is usually the energy that that will be most prominent. So we have magic and ritual, crafting, sacred practice. Okay. Okay. Notice the black on the wings and the white and the gold. Now, there's a lot of interesting symbolism here. One being, we cannot go forward cleanly. I feel like this relates to this card highly because they're showing me the black in the wings. We have to master our perception of darkness in order to go forward cleanly. So we really clearly have to see who's for our highest good and who's not in the field. And this is an illusion right now. This is what I'm getting. Now, magic and ritual. Manipulation. we may be in manipulative energy. We may be being manipulated. This is all in and amongst what we're going to figure out through this year. By the end of this year, you will no longer be an illusion. Now, that's 9-12 months here we gotta go. So yeah, magic and ritual. So here we go with the people that, okay, so say you've got someone in your sphere, they're not for your highest good, so you're creating a field where it can be let go. This is where they're going to come back with a vengeance and try and hang on, especially when it's dark and light companions. So if we are in light and we're trying to purify, and someone is making an illusion toward us in dark energy, they're going to fight their hardest, try their hardest to keep that illusion alive. Though it will not succeed through this year. It will not. There's going to be the greatest attempt in order to keep that facade up. So this is really, again, the pouring of the drain, going down the drain. Yeah, you feel that on an energetic level, because you feel a lot of desperation within people on darkness are doing desperate things. They don't know, they're traumatized. They're realizing the energy does not support them any longer. Not that we can't have negative energy. It's going to be different levels of negativity, and we're trying to get rid of rise to be seen that which is veiled, right? So people that are in darkness, they may have up to now been in darkness where we're hiding from society, okay? But we have dark energy, negative energy, darkness is just infiltrated. They will be going forward in the public to be seen, so they will succumb to dark deeds, this kind of thing. Their mind will manipulate them into darker energies will come in and they will just take over. And this is, you see this everywhere. It's really reflected. So there's a lot of this manipulating, but again, it's no longer is there a will in the heart to be anything other than what we're valid in. So if we are ultimately good, we are going to go forward and ultimately good. Those that are in ultimate bad, that have been hiding it, can no longer hide it. They're going to be going out saying sharp things, saying wicked things to people, going outward and being seen in this energy is no longer veiled. That is unavoidable. And so also will those people that may not have been gotten or given credit for good deeds in the past. They will also rise to be, in the balance of things, to be seen in this way. So if we've had people maybe rumoring, what do you call that? Like manipulating things or telling rumors about us that weren't true, those that need to see it will see that it's not true. Those that are in the illusion are still caught up in that. They will separate and go to their corners, so to speak, right? This is what's happening here. Yeah, okay. Next row, possible future. Scales of balance, yeah, ancient tantra of the soul. So there it is. That's the balance that wants to be struck here. Yeah, the light and dark. At one point I did think that we could get rid of darkness, but it's like, no, it would be very bland and we wouldn't go anywhere. We wouldn't learn anything without a challenge to rise us above it. So they're kind of, getting grounded in the fact, yeah, we can't have peace and love, but we can have balance within this. And not only that, because of the energetic frequency rising, all of the people have to rise in that frequency that are touching the earth. So it's everybody on it. And because of this is what's creating that lack of illusion any longer. We will no longer be an illusion in who's bad and who's good, because we will just, the bad ones are not going to have any power over themselves to let their passions in whatever way, in dark ways, it's going to take them over. In fact, that's overflowing into the good part, but the good part has more power to gain, right, over the darkness, so they will defeat darkness. But again, these things are going to be seen more clearly. So the scales of balance, tantra of the soul, like tantra is really that space of peace and all-knowing, and kind of bliss with how things are. And if you are not in an energy field where you are content with your life and if you search deeper in your soul to gain that path, you should follow that path. Some people are on it, gaining an uphill glide here. I'm seeing like a hang glider going up, because sometimes, you know, when you're hang gliding, if you go over, like I live in prairie lands where you have fields of gold and black, you know, you may have black earth that's waiting for the next year. And when you have that hang glider and you go over that black earth, those heat waves come to rise you up, right? Black earth. They rise you to be seen. So again, it will also rise you to be seen in your power, whatever that may be. Within yourself, outside of yourself, and the only thing that you can do is not latch on, because that's in desperation, is open up to those of the same frequency. If you're not feeling, there's going to be a high contrast here between, you know, a balance wants to be struck. If you've got negative energy in your field, it is going to be so uncomfortable to keep that we just can't keep it, especially if we're in light and someone else is in dark. We can't keep it. It will just keep creating chaos and chaos and destruction and obstacle after obstacle until we, you know, look at it for what it is. Okay, so that's the main row here. Okay, if I got the right angle here, not really. So give me a minute. Okay. Now I've got the above and below cards. So what we're doing here is this is the deal here from above. This is what they want. They want you to see the illusions that are going on. They want you to see who's manipulating us to do things for our higher good, which may not be the truth. They want us to see that clearly, and they want us to create a balance in our life so we can go forward cleanly, seeing the light and the dark, and making an informed decision of exactly where we want to go. This is the universal energy. At this time, at this year, for the moment, whatever. Now, as we go into the above cards, this would be like God himself saying, this is the plan, man. And then when we get to the above cards, this is you and your higher self. So what you deem you're going to work on right now to get you where you need to go, this is these cards. So as we go on the Lunar Queen to expand with you and your higher self here, we get the Death card, yeah, crisis of faith. So some may come into energies here. I'm going to put that right down the center. Some may come into energies here where we know we got to let something go. We know we got to cut it off. We know. And this is the time to do it. This is the moment where the planets are aligning. Like this year, there's a lot of alignment for getting us where we need to be. Spiritually, physically, where we need to be, where we want to be. And they want to work with you, but if you are not in cahoots with the powers that be up above, I know that can be a swear word here, a lot of things are being mixed up in the field in order to confuse and throw you off track. But we really have to think it single-minded and then slowly go outward in steps from there, if that's translating. So crisis of faith. So some people may be questioning their faith at this time highly, and the reason we question it is either to get more grounded in it or to get rid of it. We're going to go of two ways here. We're going to get rid of it and go to something that is more suited, or we're going to put our whole faith into something and go forward in that. So there's a sense of needing to let go of something before we do that, to a degree where it's unshaken, right? They said it's unshaken. We need to get to a place where we're unshaken. So if we're unsure about whether it's our belief system, people in our lives, situations that are going on, if we're unsure, there's a sense here of needing to be 100% sure. We can't have any doubt as we go forward, because that's the illusion, right? So there's a sense of this crisis of faith. So again, in some people, it may be what they believe, what they truly believe in the universe to be true, to help them move forward. Because if we get hung up on things that we don't know whether it's true or not, then we have a chance of the tower falling, because it's on a shaky ground. It can be manipulated and be taken away. The universe doesn't want to have this happen in that way. They want you to be on solid ground, solid foundation. So this is the Death here. The crisis, to make us understand that more clearly, and more in depth. So magic and ritual, again, this is the manipulation that people around us could be manipulating us to believe certain things that are not true. We may not realize this. We may not see this clearly, but this year is going to bring, it's going to bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And so if we're not willing to accept that, this will be a chaotic year for you. So magic and ritual, what do we get there? The Corona fire, closing the book. Wow. Yeah, and I did get, I had a dream. It is just, it keeps slapping me in the face again and again. We have passed the point of, like in my readings, I say things kind of subtly, but after I feel them very heavily. It's like a point of no return. We've passed this already, is the sense. We either have something in our life that we treasure or we don't. And this is the door that is locked. The closing of the book, we've made our decision. And now we go forward in that decision, good or bad. And unfortunately for some people it is bad. We choose to go in an area where we're feeding the wrong side of things, and we may have been manipulated to do this. So it's going to be a feeling of torturous, unfair. That's not fair. I wasn't ready, This is all going to be, they're just showing me closing a book. The chapter's closed. That's it. We had our time to make our decisions, and for whatever reason, whether we were entertaining negative energy in order to, we had our time. It's done. So this is right down the middle. This is, and there's a, and I hate to use that analogy. Well, time's up. Because it's never too late, right? But in a sense, energetically, the time is up. We've chose our lane, and everything around is going to seal itself into this new energy field as we go forward. Wow, that's heavy. Give me a minute here. Yeah, for some, look at, you see that, I don't know if you could see it, yeah, the candles burnt out. That's what they wanted me to see, was like the decision's been made, right? So the candles burned out. For some people, it's going to be like, no, I wanna, but it's too late. I don't like that, but anyway, that's, some people, it's just the life lesson they had to learn. Okay, scale of balance, again, in the future, we're wanting to balance out here. Elemental of fire. An influx of energy. Now, would you look at this fire being lit up? Okay, for some people, what's going to happen here is they're going to go towards their passion. The time is up to change their mind, but they're going to weave in and out this process. For some, it's going to be exploratory, is what they said. There's an exploratory energy here of going forward. For some, it will be exploratory, but it will be having to balance out how we feel about our lives, having made the wrong decisions, is the sense. Because those that have burnt the candle out, there's more candles to be lit, and we may have to invest our energy in new ways forward. And we may have had a lot of energy single-mindedly on something, but now we're going to have to split that energy in order to rise above. Because there's an ending here that happened, and a closing of the book energetically. So, even if we had a lot of passion for something or someone, we've lost it, and we may be kind of stuck in that energy, and that's really what's going to happen. We're not going to be able to avoid that in any way, shape, or form, but we can go forward with this new energy the universe has given us. We just have to close a chapter that we have here in a certain direction. Well, and that could be with people, job, mindsets that we have, to close the book on it so we can move forward cleanly. This is all part of it. So it's interesting. It's interesting. This is where there's a chapter closing. A higher self wants you to see that, and it may be an illusion at this time. So now as we get to the grounded earth energies, and we move forward here, the first on the death card, again, the ending that may come forward, a transition into new territory, exploratory territory. Maybe in fear of this at this time. We have the Ace of Wands. What do you know? Again, these candles. The candles. Look at the candles. They're lit. Not only that, we're going to put our energy in there and help light us up. So this is good, because it shows a passion to go forward in new energy. And I'm going to focus on the good here, because they're going, we could explain the dark side of it, but they just really do have to figure it out on their own. So I'm going to go forward in the light energy. And what they're talking about here is being engulfed by a passion or desire that brings us forward. We may have put our light out in a certain direction, but it did not serve us, so this is why we did so. And now we're going to go where we feel enlivened, engulfed, and inflamed, right? So what do we have down the middle? Wow. 10 of Pentacles. That's good, because that's your family. That's being around friends and family that matter, people that make us happy, having enough food and stuff to supply all the basic needs through the family. There's dogs, kids playing. It's all good. Generational people here. A sense of knowing what matters the most. And I feel too, for some people, it's getting grounded back in their family, getting back to their family. And for others, it's going to be creating a family with those that they feel around them deserve that title. But it's all about give and take. Like the 10 of Pentacles, it really does have the happiness of the 10 of Cups, but it also has the stability behind it. We're solid. Again, that stable foundation, somebody's going to start from a stable foundation. And if we lost our stable foundation, we're going to go and find a new one. This is what it's all about. So the stability, the 10 of Pentacles, it's the family, the home, knowing what matters, knowing what serves. Here, just give me a minute. They want me to see something. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're showing, I don't know if you can see in here. There's little elves on the table. As I was saying it, I was realizing it. The elves are setting the table, helping, right? Helping. And that's the sense, is we may not know the exact way to go here, but we're going to put action into helping others. And that will create a foundation of things in a good way that we can go forward. Sorry, my nails are bad. Bite my nails a lot. Yeah, the playful, the dog. I'm seeing this ball here. Just give me a minute. Yeah, it's the fun and the joy, right? Because we go and we kick a ball. It's when we're in happy mode. So not leaving the fun at the door. And being with family, enjoying family from our heart. Yeah. And by the way, these are paper lanterns, and just yesterday they were telling me, look up what paper lanterns means, and that means luck, prosperity, all of these things like that we finally enjoy in our life. It brings luck and prosperity, and that's really, I think, what this 10 of Pentacles speaks to. It speaks to being lucky enough to have enough to ground out a family. I have enough money to take care of a family, and I spiritually have enough depth that I enjoy them on a spiritual level. And not only that, they make me happy. So this is the trifecta of, happiness. The base to take care, like all our basic needs are taken care of. Secondly, the enjoyment of these people. And third is the trust and foundation that, anything that we do, we help each other move forward, and this is what it's all about. Okay. Yeah, so we'll stay on the positive here. The elemental of fire, the influx of energy, again, a positive energy that's going to come forward. Whether you gave up something in your life or are locked into something in your life, your choice to go forward in better energy is really going to save you. So the elemental of fire, what do we get on top there? The 7 of Pentacles, and that's about gathering our, the apple tree's been planted. Somebody planted that seed, right? Somebody watered it, looked after it, pruned it so that it could bring its highest yield. And now we're bearing fruit from that. And that's, again, the little elves are there helping her, right? And that could be a form of spirit guide, pick this one, it's ready to drop, or whatever. Little elves, yeah, they can be good elves or bad elves. At this time, we really got to have a good sense of discernment in order to get to this place where we're starting to see results from the work that we've put in, is really what it's about. So on the grounded, well, not on the grounded earth, within our spiritual selves, we're starting to feel connected to energies that are making us feel of worth. I get that from the Ten of Pentacles here. We took action, and now we've got a grounded sense of what we need to pick and what we need to leave, right? This is what I'm getting. Okay, so now we'll get into some of the messenger cards, and then just before I laid the cards out, they said we want one more deck, which is the teeny weeny one. So we'll go with that, and that brings us right down to earth. So let's see what the spiritual energies have to say about the Ace of Wands. Again, that's a creative energy going forward in a new way, igniting passions. It's all good. Here are the ancient ones. So yeah, following your guides, following those around you that have more knowledge about things that we may not. Listening to higher wisdom. This is what this is about. So go forward, young one, type thing. Go forward and listen with a wise ear. Again, be careful the feathers, the black feathers, because there is always a temptation of dark around us. So we just have to empower the light side, and then the darkness will really fade to a point where we don't get tempted as easily as we did in the past. So I'm getting that quite highly. There's a few nuggets and challenges that may come forth to you, but as we overcome, because they're showing me the little, I don't know if you can see that, the little chestnuts or whatever they are there hanging. It's like little challenges that we have to overcome in order to truly see where our heart and soul lie, right? The darkness is hidden within the light, right? And again, that's still the same energy here. It's all hidden. But we just be aware, be on your toes, and as we overcome these challenges, we grow stronger in light energy, and we start to see the patterns clearer. So that's all good. Okay. Ten of Pentacles, again, enjoying family and the stability of which show that you care. Yeah. Reach out to those that you care. You know, it's interesting. I saw a thing, you know, you go on to your internet and you're posting things and whatever, and things kind of pop out at you. And one of the things that popped out to me was, again, with this mix of dark and light energy coming at you at the same time, you can get synchronistic events from the dark side. Absolutely, because they're trying to tempt you in the same way the light is trying to keep you steady. So what you may think is a sign for goodness is a sign for badness. They have one coming at you, and you can either disregard it because you know in your heart and soul that just doesn't apply, and you got to get in line with that. Or you can look at it and go, like it kind of shook me this morning, because it was something about being alone. And it was promoting being alone in the world. And I'm kind of a loner. I've been a loner all my life, but I've been in darkness all my life. And so it was like, see, temptation. Because I can be very good on my own, but do you want to be on your own all your life? You've been on your own. You know what I mean? It's tempting you with that which you think you are strong. Are you strong enough to overcome that? I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, there they are. They're trying to get. And one of my readings, I was saying, the dark side really just wants to isolate you so they can take you down. And it's just like, you know, a bully in a group. They'll try and isolate you so they have more power over you. But when you reach out to others who are stable, again, with discernment, they can't do that. So I really, you know, the way I used to live my life, the lone wolf thing, that really was them trying to overcome it. What they didn't realize was I had a great strength of non-codependence within that. I didn't need anybody to make me happy. I could be happy on my own, though, because I didn't reach out, I didn't go out of my comfort zone and take anything. I didn't gain from that, because they used fear, I used fear, I held that fear. So now is the year to go out and show you care to those around you. Be vulnerable to those around you. If they decide to not, or or do whatever they want to do with it, if you have the confidence to be able to handle that and realize, oh, that's just showing me, it's like charging through your fear. Like there's a tiger here, heart of a warrior. You show your heart. And if you get beat down for it, that's okay, because that's showing you. I don't know, I can't translate that in words, but I think most people get the idea, but we forget that in our toughest moments. We forget that. Show that you care. That's how you'll defeat the devil over this year. If you but again, show those that are worthy of our care. And this may be something that a lot of us are going to learn over this year, because we may be giving to those that truly don't have our best heart in mind. And they may wanna, but if they don't do, that's your balance there. That's your, yeah, this person's really not, they're just pulling me, stringing me, this kind of thing. So you got to understand that on deeper levels than we've had so far. This will all be shown over the year. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles, again, the picking of the fruit. There's going to be some fruits coming for us. Like if we've had people in the past, they don't give a shit. Sorry, my language. I got to clean that up. But felt potent at the time. They don't care about us from their heart. They don't care how we feel, how you make them feel. They don't think about that. From their side of the fence, they don't think. They just think, I want what I want, and you got to give it to me, and this kind of thing. These are energies we're going to overcome here. So on the Seven of Pentacles, see the signs. Yeah, again, it's not going to be obvious. I know I like neon signs and neon pink with a black background. Just, it's not going to come that way. It's going to be subtle, and you got to use your gut and use your instinct. That's why it's an illusion, because people that are trying to manipulate you aren't going to say, I'm manipulating you. Do you want to continue to go forward? They're not going to do that. They're going to go, hey, how's it going? And make you feel good and wonderful and make you feel great from the core. It's going to confuse you because it's going to conflict, but you got to use your instinct to get through that. Yeah, and there's the lone wolf, but look at the lone wolf in black and the lion that roars and goes outward. He's in white. Yeah, they'll get you alone. If they get you alone, they can pull you down. You have to rise above that. And the inner egg here is that passion that wants to move forward. You want to go forward in a passionate way. Everybody has their own individual thing they want to conquer through their life or whatnot. And it's overcoming that which holds you back. So see the signs. If there's signs being shouted at you, again, you're going to get dark signs, you're going to get light signs. But if you don't know where you're going to go, this is going to be the year you're going to get trapped in something that you don't truly want until you figure it out. Like, unless you figure out where you truly want to go from your heart, if you don't do that, this year's going to take you in. It's going to take you in, and then you'll be by yourself figuring it all out, because they really need you to go into you to figure what you want. And that's all that this year is here for, to illuminate that around you, which is not correct, so that we come into balance with ourselves, really. Okay. Hear the ancient ones. Again, listen to spirit guides if you're connected. You could be connected to dark energy, but again, you will be in chaos all along. You will be frustrated. You will have a lot of hard issues to get over. We'll be avoiding things in our life to clear up and clean. We will be stressed and, burdened down. We'll be feeling it at this time if we're in this energy. And if we are not, we'll be rising to feel the freedom of it. So the teeny weeny card. Oh yeah, the Chariot. This is, she's sitting on the back of a bumper, and I feel like either she's got a flat tire or whatever, and these two guys, they could either be coming off the side to help her or to hinder her. And at this time, I feel like that's the illusion. We don't know if people around us are here to help or to hinder. and we're sitting and contemplating, trying to figure it all out, right? And again, using our instinct. If we don't have our instinct at this time, it's gonna be very hard to understand. But if we've been fooled in the past, we can be fooled in the future. We have to let go of that which has fooled us once already, is the sense. Can't give them second, third, fourth, fifth chances. This is okay. So focus on your instinct and the connection to the higher realms. They will guide you, is the sense. So show you care. This is down the center. This is the action they want you to take outward, to care to others that are in like energy. And if you go and you care for someone and you find out they're not in like energy, you just move. You move over. You go, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have given there. I'm going to move in a different direction. This is what you need to do. Now, on top of that, we get, defense and alliance. What do you know? See, defense is like pushing off. Alliance is bringing in. So, yeah, we're going to figure it out highly. Who do we have to stand in defense of? And we got to continue to do that in order to save our energetic selves so we don't go down. And who do we, sorry, this card doesn't want to sit. And who do we want to create alliances with, right? One's in the dark side and one's in the light side. Who do we have to look at? The light side, they have two swords, right? But as we go forward, we only have to have the truth be seen. But here we have to fight, be prepared to fight, not only with our words and our truth, but other ways we have to fight harder. So if things are hard and a struggle in this year, now interestingly enough, it's 12/22 as I look on the 22nd of January 2023. So they're really wanting you, all these twos is about uniting with others, creating good solid heart bonds with others, and they also want you to go forward in new energy. They don't want you to go backwards to things that have tripped us up in the past. We know where this belongs. We just need to go forward. And we may have to defend against darker energy stronger than we defend the ones that we're going forward with. But not to give up on that, right? Keep that in mind as we go forward. Wow, these are... Next one, see the signs. Yeah, synchronicities. Again, can you have light and dark synchronicities? Yes, you can. You got to know in your gut what's what. And I know I've been confused by this when I thought I wasn't confused. So it's a big fog show at this point. The Hermit, search for instinct. Now, interestingly enough, I'm talking about the energy of bringing in energy here, of not being alone and outsourcing to people. Because you will figure out, you won't go too far down the road if you're congruent with your own self, meaning dealing with some self issues where you're trying to work your way forward spiritually. They will infuse you with that instinct if you have the faith that they can. I'm stubborn. I don't listen to and I will buck things, but they got to constantly prove themselves. But we need to go inside, figure out what we truly want, go forward, and use our instinct as we do this. This person is like studying, right? They're jotting things down. So it's like we're taking mental note. Okay, this person did this to me. That's shady, or that's a good thing. And I appreciate that, and it makes me feel good. So, I'm going to gravitate towards that person. You will soon, if not. Again, the amount that you jump into relationships this year and just don't let fear conquer is to the amount that you will truly see. You'll truly see and be pulled from the darkness. So if we're afraid to go there because we think, oh, maybe that person's dark and I don't want to let them go, then we will forever be an illusion about this. Don't we want to know? Don't we? That kind of thing. It's like just jump through that hoop, and if they figure it out, then you're free to leave. You're not, there's certain energy fields we lock ourselves into, but there's also the ability to look in another direction and figure it out. And the sense they're giving me here is that as we go forward, we may have been hanging on to something that was not for our highest good, and it's just harder to let go at this time. This is this energy. Closing the book, it's going to be harder than it was before, that, before they did this, before they did that. It was easier in the beginning. Now it's really hard, and it can actually torture us because we're convinced we don't want to let it go now. But it's not for our highest, this kind of thing. But we will know from our heart. It will be beaming all around us. This is what I'm getting. So we end off with a search for instinct. Again, you cannot go forward if you don't have your instinct, because just chaos will ensue. We have to use our instinctive nature over and above the rational. Now I'm saying rational, but I mean, if they're going to say something, they could be lying. Simple as that. Like someone could say, I give you my word, I solemnly swear, da da da. They could be lying. So that's just the energy there. Okay, the fortune card that we have for this reading of this energy report here for January. Dragonfly. Have confidence during a time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. That's the card that's been making themselves known to me. That energy is very well known to me. Just let me... There's a lot of sparkly things here, right, in this card. And this dragonfly is sitting on a blade of grass, resting, contemplating, right? Maybe even searching for their instinct. But we need to have confidence, because we are being renewed and we are connecting to spirit. Those that are not, there will be no confusion there. We are depressed. We are sad. We are in sad situations. We are depleted. There's no two ways. For those that are in transition, sense I get is that we are kind of taking a rest here, because we need to renew our connection to the energies and then go forward. Feeling weak as they go outward. They're feeling the heaviness of the darker energy overcoming. So we're embracing a moment here where we're going to look for our instinct more highly, write things down, jot things down, make points, whatnot. And then we're going to go outward, taking into account the black and white signs that can happen here. And also, I really do feel the key here is reaching out. So if you're being manipulated to think that reaching out to others is a bad thing, this is the core of what they're going to make you feel. They're going to make you feel, well, you gather together with people, that's not good. This is what I'm getting is the root ball. This is what they're going to be pushing this year. For those that are trying to seek light or trying to gain momentum here forward, maybe a hard, taking that first step, second, third. But as you take those steps, it'll be easier and easier as you go forward. It's just the first step is just treachery. Second step. And it's almost like the devil himself's trying to pull you back and fight you. But after the 5th and 10th step, he knows he ain't got no hold over you no more. So he's got to let go. Right? Free will. And that's what you have to get within yourself. You have to get grounded in where you want to be, where you are, who you are, so that you know what's you and not you, and nobody can pull you off of that. So, having the confidence during the time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. That's what it's all about in this year. So that's your energy report here. Yeah, I'm going to be working on, I'm just, I don't know, I'm hovering with the energy of the love, sex, and romance reading. Again, my spiritual readings are out. I didn't put a commercial. I don't know if I will be, frankly. But the spiritual readings are out on Rumble. And basically, I'm feeling a hesitancy to get into these love and romance readings. And I feel like the energy is in flux. This is why. So my plan is to get them out by the 15th. I may not. I don't know. But when I do get them out, know damn well that's going to be the energy that's going forward. And there's no going back. And I'm kind of waiting for that crux point where we're past the point of indecision, past the point of I don't know. This is the energy I'm feeling right now is, maybe it's this month, maybe it's, January, February, March, I feel is very unsteady, very unsturdy. We're trying to get our grounding, each individual person. And I feel like each individual person has to get that in gear before they can truly find out where they want to go in love. So this is kind of, I'm hovering on this, but I'm going to get them out before the end of the month for sure, before the end of February. And whatever energy, again, I can't control the energy that comes, but I feel like things are very much in transition at this time. So that's your whole life. So anyway, that's the reading. Hopefully that helps you in some way. These are spiritual energy readings for the big picture. This will affect a lot of people on earth. That was my intent. Is the overall lesson, what is everybody learning, is touching their feet on this earth. This is what we're getting here. Look for signs, but also know that if this is congruent or not congruent. If you can't look at a sign that's coming at you, a synchronicity that's coming at you and go, yeah, I feel it right in all my chakras, right down to the root, that's for me. And then the other one, it's like, oh, is that for me? If there's an unsure, then there's an unsure. We don't know. But those that we do, we need to latch onto those and go forward. Because it's the unsureness that's going to pull you away from your direction. And the more that we lean into that unsureness, the more we get pulled away from what is absolutely, positively, boom, like the lightning bolt that comes from above. That's what it is. So again, confidence in your decisions, or maybe you have to build the confidence within yourself in order to see it more clearly. Take care, guys. Have fun and be kind, and we will talk to you soon. The spiritual readings are on at Rebel, and I'll be working on the love and romance readings as we go forward. Take care, have fun, and be kind.